At the age of 99, the Duke of Edinburgh and husband of Queen Elizabeth passed away. Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, died on April 9, 2021. He was the devoted husband of Queen Elizabeth II and father to the four children, Prince Anne, Prince Charles, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. Prince Philip has been at the Queen's side for nearly 7 decades, since they got married in 1947. With 70 years in the public eye, Prince Philip is the longest-serving royal consort in British history and the oldest-serving partner of a reigning monarch. Though his adult life was full of privilege and duty, yet his childhood was not without tragedy and loneliness. Prince William was born on the Greek island of Corfu on June 10, 1921, to Prince Andrew of Greece and Denmark and Princess Alice of Battenberg. Philip was sixth in line to the Greek throne. Prince Andrew was the son of King George I of Greece. When George was assassinated, Andrew's brother Constantine became king. Philip's grandmother, Olga Constantinovna, was a Romanov. His great-grandfather was Christian, the Knight of Denmark. Just like his wife, the Queen, Philip was the child of the younger son of a reigning European monarch, but there was a very wide gap in terms of their comparison. Queen experienced happier childhood days, being close to her family. Philip's childhood days was full of sorrow. In 1922, Philip's uncle, the King of Greece, was forced to retire after the failure of the Greco-Turkish War. Philip's father, who was working in the army, was accused of treason and went into exile. The family fled to Paris, where they would stay for the next decade. But it was an extremely tough period for them. During this period in 1931, his mother, Princess Alice, suffered from a nervous breakdown and was confined to a sanatorium in Switzerland. Due to this, her children were regularly taken to friends and families. She was later diagnosed with schizophrenia. It is a serious mental disorder in which people interpret reality abnormally. With his 4 older sisters married to German aristocrats and settled in Germany, and his father now in the south of France, Philip was alone at just 10 years old. Philip did not see or receive any word from his mother between the summer of 1932 and the spring of 1937. He had to learn how to live alone because his family broke up. Mother was ill, sisters were married, and his father was in south of France. With no parents to care for him, Philip's mother's family, the Milford Evans and the Mountbattens, came in. The family had ties to the British royal family and many of the royal houses of Europe. Alice was a great-granddaughter of Queen Victoria and the oldest daughter of Louis Mountbatten, the first Marquis of Milford Haven. Under the care of his aunts and uncles, Philip went to school in England and was for a short time educated in Germany at a school owned by one of his sister's husbands. Less than a year later, Philip returned to Britain and was sent to Godstone, a boarding school in Scotland. While he was there, Philip experienced another series of tragedies. When he was 16, his sister Cicely, her husband, and 2 children died in a plane crash. A few months later, his uncle and guardian, George Mountbatten, the second Marquis of Milford Haven, died suddenly of cancer at the age of 46. Godstone's German headmaster, Kurt Ann, was the one to break the news. When Philip left school, he joined the Royal Navy and enrolled at the Royal Naval College in Dartmouth, England, on the advice of his uncle, Lord Louis Mountbatten. This is where the 18-year-old cadet met his third cousin, 13-year-old Princess Elizabeth. They share a great-great-grandmother in Queen Victoria. 7 years later, in 1947, the pair announced their engagement. What should have been a happy day for him with the presence of his family turned out to be without them. His father had passed away in 1944. His mother returned to Greece during the war, where she sheltered Jewish refugees during the Nazi occupation, and his sisters were all married to Germans. When his wedding day arrived, his family were not present. To have been spared in the war and seen victory, to have been given the chance to rest and to readjust myself, to have fallen in love completely and unreservedly, makes all one's personal and even the war's troubles seem small and petty, Philip once said. It is said that Philip's traumatic childhood, which he overcame, had made his emotional reserve noticeable as his bluff, controlled and no-nonsense exterior. It is also seen and it is also noticed. It also might have shaped him into royal consort and helped his steadfast approach to his role as the Queen's companion.